In a village nestled between mountains and wheat fields lived a man named Elias, known for his quiet kindness. Every morning, before sunrise, he would rise to light the fire and prepare bread for his family's breakfast. His wife Clara, his daughter Inez, and his eldest son Mateo, who had left months before in search of work in another city. Elias had a custom he had maintained for years, always baking an extra loaf of bread. After finishing baking it, he would place the extra loaf on the windowsill, still warm, its steam mingling with the morning mist. "May there never be a lack of bread for those who are hungry," he would say every morning. The gesture was simple, but constant. Almost every day an old lame traveler, with a worn cloak and a distant gaze, would pass by on the dirt road. Without saying a word, he would take the bread and before continuing his journey, murmur the same phrase. "The good that is done returns. The evil that is sown weighs heavily." Elias listened, but never understood why that man never said thank you. Over time, he began to feel offended. "He doesn't even say thank you," he complained to his wife. "Does he think I'm obligated to feed him?" But the old man kept coming back, day after day, repeating the same words, taking the bread and breaking it. One day, Elias's heart filled with bitterness. If he's not grateful, let him learn the hard way. That morning, overcome with anger, he mixed rat poison into the bread dough. While kneading, he felt something cold inside him. But as he approached the window to put the bread out, a doubt stopped him. His hand trembled. The wind blew through the window and extinguished the lamp's flame. Elias looked at the poisoned bread and suddenly heard the voice of his daughter Inez playing in the yard. A terrible guilt struck him. "What am I doing?" he murmured, horrified. In a hurry, he threw the bread into the fire and watched the flames engulf the poison. Then, with tears in his eyes, he made another loaf, clean, and placed it on the windowsill. The old beggar passed by, took the bread as usual, murmured his phrase, and left. Weeks passed. Elias continued placing the bread, but now with a weight in his heart. He prayed every night for Mateo, the son who hadn't been heard from in so long. Then, one cold afternoon, there was a knock at the door. When he opened it, Elias barely recognized the thin boy, covered in dust and hunger. It was Mateo. "My son," he cried, embracing him with tears. The young man could barely stand. "Father, I almost didn't make it here. I was lost on the road for days with nothing to eat. I collapsed unconscious by the roadside and an old lame man appeared. He gave me his bread. He said he ate that bread every day, but that I needed more. If it weren't for him, I would have died." Elias paled. His body froze. The words echoed within him like thunder. An old lame man, a loaf of bread, every day. Tears streamed down his face before he could even answer. He fell to his knees. Remembering the poisoned bread, he almost put out the window. If he hadn't repented, the bread that would have saved his son would have killed his own blood. And at that moment, the old man's words returned with force. "The good that is done comes back to you. The evil that is sown weighs heavily." Elias finally understood. Goodness is never lost. It comes back around and finds its way back to us when we need it most. From that day on, Elias never again let there be a lack of bread in the window, and whenever he placed it there, he would whisper, "May this bread find those who need it, and may goodness never stop its journey." Even when the world doesn't seem to notice, goodness is never in vain. It may take time, it may take invisible paths, but it always returns, multiplied.